What is up, beautiful people of the internet? I go by the name of Wesley, and today, guys, we're reacting to Jeff Wittek's new docuseries, Coming Clean About Everything, Episode 1, Don't Try This at Home. This is a docuseries. I've heard it's really, really good. It tells the story of how Jeff got injured, and I think just an exploration of his life story in general. That being said, make sure you subscribe down below for more reactions and comment. Let me know what other stuff you guys want to see me do reactions to. I feel like this is the first more serious video we're reacting to on this channel, so let's see how it goes. I'm super curious to see what happened.
The reason I've been keeping all this stuff secret is not because I'm suing anybody.
Legally, I can't get into what happened. My lawyers told me not to speak on it.
Random
It's
Dixie.
not because I was covering for anybody or I signed an NDA.
Crazy, we're both a little banged up.
Yeah, what happened to you?
I fell off a building.
They were all just jokes.
I was in a skydiving accident. Chute didn't open.
I was in a lot of pain, and that's how I choose to cope with my pain.
I fell down off my balcony, 12 stories high.
Yeah, how does that happen?
I mean, everybody's different.
Every time I see the picture, it somehow looks worse and worse, right? I don't know why. Even at the different stages of healing, every subsequent picture, I feel like I focus in on the injury a little bit more, and it looks awful.
But if you think about it, we're
That's
all already
so many
dead.
stitches.
If you were a little better of a human, I would have given you one of my eyes.
I wouldn't want your fat eye in my head.
The reason this story's so long is because it's the only way I could tell it without feeling like a complete fucking idiot.
So, where do I begin? I grew up in Staten Island, New York.
Oh, we're beginning at the beginning.
When I was a kid, I thought I was
cute
going to be
Jeff.
a baseball player, but that didn't work out.
I'm back, baby. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here, man. In New York fucking driving. Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, you're home?
Yes.
I came to New York.
You did?
I'll be home in 5 minutes.
My mother was a secretary. She worked in the World Trade Center.
Oh,
She
wow.
survived 9/11. She was a tough Italian woman.
My mother, she actually cares for me, and she loves me, and she misses me. And that's why I'm surprising them. I'm gonna pop up and just be like, hey, Ma, I'm home.
This is adorable and very sweet. And there's been a lot that has happened already. His mom survived 9/11. That's insane in of itself. I feel like I'm getting torn all over the place. Yeah. This is the, like, if I was going to expect how a Jeff Wittek documentary would be, it's this.
Oh, yes, it has been too long.
Where's the
Aww.
old man?
In the shower, he doesn't know you're coming. Can you stay for dinner?
Yeah.
So sweet.
We were just talking about you. Come over here and show the stupid tattoo. Let's compare them.
You want to see my tattoo?
Yeah. Look.
My parents are still together to this day.
That's adorable.
The only thing they ever really fought about was money. It taught me at an early age I had to work. My father was a bus driver.
I wasn't a bus driver.
You drove a train. It's the same thing. It's like a Bronx Tale. I was going for a Bronx Tale. De Niro driving the bus. He tells the kid, don't hang out with those guys. Go to school, do the right thing. That's what I was going for. I was trying to make you look like De Niro. But you blew it. You made me say whatever.
My father was a hardworking guy. I appreciate the way he raised me, but I just knew I was never gonna live like that. They worked hard for us. I had a brother and a sister. Him and my mom, they're together for 40 years.
Your mother is not the easiest one to live with.
He's the difficult one.
It's haunted up here.
They seem like they love each other. That's funny.
This is where all the ghosts are.
That's sweet.
Like, it creeped me out when I was a kid, but even now. I'm gonna find some old pictures from my childhood.
Let's see.
It's important to come back and see your family, see your loved ones.
I don't know why. I was not expecting us to start here. It's just super interesting though.
Oh man. Wow. The only people that got you in the long run is your family. The only ones that'll be there at your funeral or visit you in the hospital is gonna be your family. Yeah, you become your parents. It's terrifying to see him downstairs and know that that's what I'm gonna become. I tried to stay away from my family as much as I could growing up. I wanted to hang out with my friends, cause trouble. I grew up dirt poor, and I would get abused by my parents for no reason.
He gave us plenty of reasons.
Yeah.
He was staying out like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. He'd come home. I went berserk. I started smashing stuff in his bedroom. And I grabbed his mattress. I dragged the mattress outside. I got the garden hose and I sprayed it. Let him go to sleep on this bed, soaking wet. No matter what I did, it never worked.
This is a mafia-owned deli. I used to come here as a kid. Now I'm a YouTuber out in Hollywood. I just
Don't take me.
I'm not
Don't
wearing
take
a
me.
wire or nothing like that.
I want to be filmed.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's good seeing you again. I was trying to get him riled up. Did you get him? Did you film him?
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, I don't like being filmed. What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Is this just Jeff goes and messes with everybody from his hometown?
I didn't love school, and I loved the idea of making fast money.
Whatever, let's just go in. When did I ever listen to the rules here? I used to go here, and now I'm a famous YouTube star from Hollywood.
That's great.
Is it cool to walk down there to my old classroom?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Try to make a run for it, but they reach for their weapons.
What? What? She reached for her. I can never tell if Jeff's being serious or not. I love that nobody cares. Nobody's
My
impressed.
bubble jacket and Jordans, walking home from school, little punk kid. My school was hell. I already had a job that I was making more money than the average person. Probably $1,500 a week as a barber at 16.
What?
The whole cut and hair thing was something that came to me
That's not
naturally.
bad.
We're headed to the first barber shop I ever worked at. This is where I grew up. I'm nervous to go back here. This is like where I learned my sense of humor from these guys. They're all a bunch of fucking nut jobs, but it was like a family.
Hey, the first guy was happy to see him besides the family.
Yo!
Let's go.
That's where I get my smoothness from. This is where I get my recklessness from.
I learned just cutting my own hair when I was like 13, and I would cut school and go hang out at the barber shop. I
Seriously?
learned not only how to cut hair, I learned everything about the streets. There's no bullshit in a New York barber shop.
I saw guys like John and Nick who are like extremely hardworking guys, smart guys. They knew everybody. They were very well connected. They just had to work their asses off. There's only so high you can go as a barber before you hit a ceiling.
That makes sense because there's only so much time you can do. Like, you can only do so many clients in a day, right? And I guess the only thing you could start to do is just charge more and more per client or have more barbers that work for you. But it doesn't scale the same way that something digital or entertainment-based scales, because you can spend an hour making a video and 1 million people could watch it or 100 people could watch it, but you still spend an hour making the video. It scales infinitely, you know? So it's just... that's an interesting perspective.
Go to New York.
I'm curious if the barber guys would agree.
You go to a barber shop. I was heavily invested in selling weed. When you
Oh,
get
hey.
into millions of dollars worth of it, then it becomes dangerous. I got in trouble a lot for that. I got arrested a lot and had a lot of hard life lessons.
Well, I was worried about you because I thought you were going to get in trouble, honestly.
Well, he was right, eh? He was
Nothing to
right.
help this kid. He's in trouble.
You totally act on impulse, do crazy shit. It was from living with me for those 4 years.
Yeah, this is our old house. I moved out at 17 and I moved in with him. We rented this house and we destroyed it.
Side by side in the barbershop every day next to each other. Did stupid shit like hustle, sell drugs, go out to clubs, bars, race motorcycles.
That part sounds
I always
fun.
looked at you like just like a big brother, but a fuck up. But both of you were like mentors, you know? The angel and the devil.
I spent more time with these guys growing up than I did with my own family because I worked in the barbershop 10, 15 hours a day.
So I had
wild.
a kid in the chair. The mother was right there. So I said, your girlfriend was a whore or something. He swung over the kid.
You know, we played dice games, gamble, boxing matches. You got Jeff, dabbling, because I see everything. I'm not stupid.
I was also selling everything I could get my hands on until I got caught.
I didn't last long with the pills. It was just pills were so easy. You can make like 15 grand a week, but I never got that far into it. I stopped. John shut me down.
You remember that situation where I had the pills in the car? I had like 1,000 Roxys or something.
John came right in my car. He grabbed the center console. He said, "What is this?" And he pulled out 1,000 pills in a bag. And he said, "I'm taking this. If you keep doing this, you're not working at the shop anymore." This is where I would get arrested. The precincts.
This is wild. I knew Jeff was like selling drugs. I didn't realize he was selling drugs. Because I feel like we all know somebody who's like selling drugs, you know what I mean? They like buy it from their dealer and they flip it to like two homies. That's what I thought. I thought he got busted doing that. Like upselling weed by like $2 to kids who don't want to go to the actual dealer, you know what I mean? I didn't realize he was selling thousands of pills.
It's right here.
That's crazy.
So every time I would get arrested, they would take me down here. It's fucking hell in there. It's so disgusting. Those little tiny cells are just so fucking old.
Where did you see me going in the future?
Jeff, doing like a 10-year stretch. For
Wow.
something reckless and stupid.
We were at church and we come home and my son Steven goes, Jeff got arrested.
They weren't messing around. The judge was mad, the cop, he was fuming. I always said that he was gonna be in jail life or be president of the United States.
Seriously?
Yes.
You weren't fake, you weren't phony. You were
Jeff's
just
like, oh, that's actually kind of a nice compliment, man.
doing what you had to do, and you would never lie to me. That's one thing he would never do, is lie.
Well, in junior high school, he learned to lie. And he would look straight right into your face and tell you the absolute opposite.
It just makes you miserable here, right? It makes you angry. There's like no room for you to grow here. I could not find any motivation to do anything other than crime when I lived here.
You had to get out of New York. The best advice I could have gave you was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You had to leave. You had to go. There was no way that you were gonna survive this. No way.
I moved to Miami. I got myself working on music video sets and just stuff I could have never got to in my hometown. I liked working for myself. That was the cool part about cutting hair, is that I was able to build my own clientele.
That's really cool.
I learned a lot about business from an early age.
Dang, MySpace Jeff. What? What? It's weird jumping back in time, huh?
I was driven from day one that no matter what I did, I was going to be successful at. I did just about whatever it took to get myself in a position to not have to worry about money. We get to Miami, and we basically just meet up with bigger criminals and just shared all of our criminal knowledge together.
What?
I came in the apartment one day, there was 800 iPhones in the apartment. You don't know what 800 iPhones looks like until you see 800 iPhones. I said, what the fuck? Anything you can imagine they got.
Quickly got right back into drug dealing, and I was selling a lot of weed. The money was okay, but also I got an education in crime.
We handled life differently. We approached life differently from a younger age. We just went at everything head on like a bull.
It's kind of a cycle here. I keep pushing, see how much I can get away with, push a little more, see how much I can get away with, and then boom, rock bottom. I was facing life in jail. I spent my 21st birthday in Miami-Dade County Jail, trafficking cocaine, OxyContin, weed. I had a casino in my Miami penthouse.
What the hell? Like I said, I thought Jeff was super small time. I had no idea that they were going to these extremes. It kind of makes sense though in a way, because I mean, people wouldn't sell drugs if there wasn't a good reason, and the reason is you can make a hell of a lot of money.
I got handed a statement to write down who was involved, and I made a paper airplane out of it, and I kept my mouth shut.
I was caught red-handed, and they have it in evidence bags in front of you. And I'm talking to my lawyer, and they're saying, like, we have a technicality here, like you could get out because they didn't have a warrant to search your house. In Miami Beach PD, they did something crooked, and they came in with no warrant. But I was like, I'm fucking caught red-handed. Like, I'm fucked. 15 years that I was supposed to do was gone. I would still be in jail to this day, and now I was free to go.
That's crazy.
And they just said, pack up your shit.
That's nuts.
I went to jail 5 times for the same thing, and then I get out and I do the same exact thing again. I moved out here to buy weed and mail it back to the barbershops in New York. I moved into 1600 Vine, where it just happened to be coincidentally the mecca for Viners.
So how does it work? The first time you get some money from Vine, you come and get an apartment here?
You have to, that's the rule.
And that was where I had my trap house.
We're standing outside of a place where Jeff conducts a lot of business illegally. No, I do not.
And I met David, and then David was just infatuated with my past.
Oh my fucking goodness!
Where'd you get this shit from?
Dude, Jeff got cash like this.
You should do that with your money.
I don't sell drugs.
Neither do I.
Our first interaction, I wasn't planning on vlogging with him. I was hanging out with Todd, and David showed up, and we got pulled over.
We're about to get pulled over in 3, 2, 1. What are you doing? Oh, we got pulled over!
And he just loved it. He just got such a kick out of it, like this guy's a criminal.
I think these guys want to see me go to jail. All right, guys, they're about to find out the car's stolen.
At the time, I thought he was just like a jerky kid that's willing to put anything in a video, didn't care about other people. He said to me, why wouldn't you show this? This is real, this is you, this is what people will relate to. I let him put out my mugshot, and then I felt free. My own YouTube channel blew up, and now every single video I was posting was in the millions.
Next up, we got Casey Neistat.
You know who I think is great, and I think is a new genre? Jeff Wittek.
Oh, the barbershop? You went on, right?
Dude, it's such a good show. I feel like Jeff has merged what is effectively like conversation with actual like a YouTube format.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing.
When I first saw it, I really liked the format.
You got that many people riding on you. You kind of get a sense that you have to one-up yourself every time. You got to come up with a new idea, and that idea has to be better than your last video that you did last week. And that video you did last week, you put every single thing you have in that last video. And now you got to top that, but this is maybe where we went wrong.
Everyone will now be required to wear a mask.
All of a sudden, we can't film anymore.
I guess I'm just confused. I'm like, okay, well, how does this lead into the eye injury, right? Where's the eye injury?
Wake up that day and you have to jump out of the plane 6-7 times.
You could just feel like they just got back from the Olympics.
We're in the middle of the lake. We have this tractor.
What? Yo, guys. This has been super interesting. This has been fascinating. I'm really curious to keep watching and keep seeing more episodes. It's really, really interesting so far. I think the biggest takeaways thus far, I guess this is just like the staging ground. The biggest takeaway I have is like, okay, so Jeff was wired to be relatively impulsive, to always try to scale up, always push the boundaries, to scale up, do something crazier and crazier. That influenced him to continually keep getting into drugs, then to selling drugs, and then he would get in trouble and he'd go to jail. Then he switched to doing YouTube and social media sort of by a weird happenstance. But that same pattern of behavior to continually recklessly push to try to get things bigger and bigger and to go bigger and to be more reckless and more reckless somehow resulted in his eye injury. That's kind of the trajectory I'm on now. I'm curious if that's what's going to happen. That being said, guys, that's really fun, really well made. Hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. I'm Wesley. Subscribe down below for more reactions. And please comment. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see me do reactions to. Also, big takeaway. Damn, I didn't realize Jeff was a criminal like that. Like I said, I thought he was like flipping a weed here or there. I didn't realize he was like a real drug dealer. You know what I mean? I just assumed David was exaggerating and Jeff was exaggerating. So that was fascinating to hear more about. That being said, guys, hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. I'm out.